Hey everybody, so after many tries and many technical difficulties, I finally was able to put this video out. So a lot of people have been asking me lately, how do I get to go away to all these exotic faraway places? Am I rich? Do I have a really great job? Is it work related? Did I hit the lottery and not tell anybody? It's actually none of those things. I make a modest salary, but you know what? I make little compromises here and there, and I sacrifice a little to be able to make these trips. But I like to do my own research, I like to book my own trips, and I save a whole lot of money. I'm very frugal that way, so I'm always looking for good deals. Today what I want to do is share some of those tips and tricks with you guys so that you'll be able to go away, because I know a lot of people say, oh, I would love to go here, I would love to go there, but I just don't have the money. You really don't need a whole lot of money to travel far away. You really don't. The first thing you want to do is research the country that you want to go to. Find out more or less, what's the exchange rate? How much is their food there? How much are you going to spend in food? Because obviously, you'll probably be eating local and stuff like I do. Unless you're going somewhere where there's an all-inclusive and stuff, then you probably don't even need to watch this video. But if you're going to a region where you're going to travel to several cities, you want to research and see how far your dollar can go. I usually set a budget for myself. I set a budget on my last trip in Thailand for like $20 a day just in food, and I came under every single day. I usually eat local. It's a whole lot cheaper. Some of my best meals came from like these little holes in the walls or from the back of a truck. Even some street food was totally awesome, better than some stuff I've had here in New York. Again, you want to do research and see what country gives you more bang for your buck. Research some of the best ways to get around in those cities and countries. Taking a cab here and there is very convenient, but it's also pricey. Check out their public transportation. A lot of times, it's a whole lot cheaper to maybe take a train or a bus or a tuk-tuk or a motorbike. Find out about motorcycle and bicycle rentals. It's a whole lot cheaper to rent a bike than to rent a car. I'm sure there's a lot of stuff you can see that's accessible by bike. Tours. Is it cheaper to book your own tours in advance, or book when you get there, or go out on your own? It depends. Again, research. I found in Brazil it was easier for me to go out on my own and do the tours rather than book a tour to places like Christ the Redeemer and Sugarloaf. And we also did public transportation, so it was a fraction of the price I would have paid to have a van come and pick us up at a hotel and take us back. We did it on our own, at our own pace, and saved so much money that way. When I do book a tour, I like to book them in the country that I'm in the city. I like to support that region and the people there rather than pay online and pay a middleman. Basically, I like to support local businesses. I book flights and accommodation separate, only because I find it cheaper that way also. I never go to a travel agent. I can't remember the last time I went to a travel agent. Do price comparisons. And I talked about making compromises. There are two things that I never compromise. One is my safety, and two is comfort. So, when I'm booking a flight, and especially if it's a long flight, of course you want leg room, you want comfort. I found that a lot of airlines that are not American based are a little roomier than, ours for some reason. And so I go coach. Why? Because, they're roomier. You get leg room. I also learned that connecting flights are a little cheaper than direct flights. A lot of people like the convenience of a direct flight, but what I like about connecting flights is if there's a long connection in a certain country, then I get to maybe tour that country, so then I get an extra country as a bonus just to visit. My last trip, I had a layover in Shanghai, and I was able to do a little sightseeing over there also. Hotels. Now, again, research. Sometimes it's better to get a hotel where you're going because it's a whole lot cheaper. I booked a 3-star hotel in Bangkok for about maybe $30 a night. So that may be cool. Other places like Brazil, the hotels were expensive. I went through Airbnb. Now, if you don't know where Airbnb is, I'll leave a link down below. Check them out. It's awesome. You could book a condo, you could book a whole house, you could book a room, whatever it is that you want for a fraction of the price that you would pay at a hotel. And some of these places are beautiful pools. You have all the amenities of home. Wi-Fi, you have a kitchen. That's another way to save money. You could buy your own food, maybe cook it. A lot of people don't want to do that on vacation. I understand that. I was at Bangkok Airport waiting on my flight back, and I was speaking to a fellow traveler who hooked me up with this organization called WOOF. It's WWOOF, and it's a worldwide organization on organic farms. Did I say that right? Worldwide Opportunities on Organic Farms. And basically what it is a network of farmers all around the world who offer free room and board in exchange for maybe a few hours of your time helping them out at the farm. You have a roof over your head, you get meals, and you still have a few hours in the day to go and venture out and stuff. You're giving back to the community and to the country, you're helping people out, and at the same time you're immersed in the culture. And for me, that is the best thing about traveling, is meeting the people there. I don't like to isolate myself. I like to immerse myself in different cultures and get to know them. That's the beauty of traveling for me. Last but not least, I usually do this thing called a 52-week money challenge. And basically what that is that I put $1 away for each week that I'm saving. So I know it sounds complicated, but it's something like this. Week 1, I'll put in $1. Week 2, $2. Week 3, $3, and so on and so on. At the end of the year, 52 weeks, the last week you put $52. You'll have about $1,300 in change. And that's my trip. I did that with Brazil. I did it this year with Thailand. I'm gonna do it again next year. That's how I, put my little money away, and that's how I get to go away. If it doesn't pay for the trip, it pays for a lot of my, moving around money, my food, my little tours, etc. Yeah, so those are some of the tips and tricks that I have. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Don't forget to subscribe, and yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.